The archenemy of a TSO is a terrorist, but TSOs are not too crazy about cats either. Cats scratch, hiss, they hate being picked up, and they don't respond to commands, and they need to be patted down. And when they are patted down, sometimes they make a break for it. And if they get through security without being patted down properly, then it could be considered a risk and the entire terminal could be shut down. Unlike airline employees, such as crew members and stewardesses, TSOs do not get to fly for free, nor do their dependents. In 2015, the Department of Homeland Security sent undercover agents into some of the busiest airports in the United States with banned weapons and fake explosives. About 95% made it through. TSOs failed to detect the items in 67 out of the 70 tests conducted.
Hi.
Hello.
Right over here, 2 fingers for me, sir. Over your wrist. Right here to your right.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
It's not uncommon for passengers to leave behind loose change, and in 2015, $765,759 was left behind. I wouldn't have a problem if a TSO pocketed some extra change, but they're supposed to deposit that money into a special fund.
Hello.
Do you have it out? Do that? That's you.
Thank you.
The TSO's primary concern is safety, not law enforcement, so they don't look for drugs or marijuana. However, if they find some, then they might refer it to law enforcement. The standard operating procedure is hundreds of pages long, and as a result, not many TSOs have actually read the entire thing. They tend to use common sense and go by word of mouth, which is why you might find a TSO who won't let through an item that you know is allowed. If that happens, you can ask them to call a supervisor and check the SOP. About 5% of checked bags are searched by the TSA, and usually the contents are still in good order. However, sometimes clothes and other personal items arrive in disarray, fragile objects are broken, bottles are spilled, and wrapped presents are torn apart. When you get hired as a TSO, you're put on a 2-year probationary period, during which you have to receive regular training as well as performance reviews. After that period, the job is generally secure and is exceedingly difficult to fire an employee unless they commit a crime. TSOs do not have arrest powers like police. If you're caught trying to sneak contraband through the checkpoint, they might try to hold you until police arrive, but you're free to leave the airport. In a recent survey of job satisfaction at federal agencies, the TSA ranked near the very bottom of the list. The numbers seem to tell the same story. In 2015, 9.5% of full-time TSOs quit their job compared to 4.2% in 2010, while 19% of part-time screeners left as compared to 13% in 2010. TSOs generally don't like it if you refuse to go through the full-body scanner. Some people can't because of medical reasons, but others who just refuse are adding more time to the security screening process, and it's cumbersome for the staff. Life in the security line can get quite boring, even though the average TSO changes roles every 30 minutes. So in addition to the official code words used by employees, some TSOs have invented their own. This can include ways to notify coworkers of good-looking broads. Allegedly, a term like Hotel Papa or a code number are used in these instances, or innocent-sounding terms that alert agents of an annoying passenger approaching. In both cases, these types of flyers might receive prolonged screening experience. Full-body scanners are in most airports nowadays, allowing TSOs to see silhouettes of passengers' bodies in order to detect any hidden weapons or other dangerous items. However, scanners today are different from the ones used initially. The first machines used backscatter X-rays to create an image of the body, which many travelers, as well as the ACLU, saw as too invasive, as they were capable of revealing private medical information about passengers, including the fact that some use colostomy bags, have missing or prosthetic limbs, or are transgender. When push came to shove, the TSA backed down, and in 2013, the scanners were replaced with devices capable of using automated target recognition software, which replaces the picture of naked ghost bodies with generic-bodied cartoon-like representations.
All your liquid space, gels, creams, lotions out of your bag?
I don't have any.
Don't have them, okay. And this is all your electronics, larger than cell phone,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Anything all in your pockets?
No. Can I go?
Huh?
Can I go?
Wait till this.
Morning passengers are apparently significantly meaner than those flying in the evening. Passengers catching late-night flights are also generally the nicest. With all the negativity that surrounds the TSA and its demanding TSOs, the public rarely gets to hear about happy moments TSOs experience, which probably are few and far between. For instance, almost every person has his own celebrity story, as famous people are spotted traveling through airports every day, and each one of those needs to eventually go through security. TSOs sometimes get to experience positive, life-changing moments and are often let in on secrets. A newly expecting mother might quietly let a TSO know why she requested a pat-down, or a nervous boyfriend might slyly admit he's carrying an engagement ring.
You're good.
Since the TSA always seems to be dealing with negative press, most people look at them unfavorably. With that said, some TSOs are somewhat vague about their job title when asked about what they do, saying they work for the Department of Homeland Security, which is technically correct. Scribbles on your ticket may mark you as suspicious. TSOs will mark your ticket with their initials, badge number, or other number to indicate who screened you. If they find you suspicious, they might also mark the boarding pass to indicate to other checkpoint officers that you should receive special screening. Ever wonder why your TSO spends so much time scrutinizing food packed in your luggage? It's because many of these edible items actually look like explosives. In an X-ray machine, a wheel of cheese is indistinguishable from C4. Meats result in a similar situation, as all of these foods appear orange on the display, just like bombs. Ever wonder what happens to the items discarded by passengers when TSA won't let them through? They're not simply thrown in the trash, but instead collected and later sold for a profit. Items such as knives, spears, heavy rolling pins, and even nunchakus are collected each day by TSOs, shipped to states that are looking to make a buck, and then sold via local government surplus stores or online at govdeals.com. In total, the dangerous items amount to about 425 pounds per month. Over the past 9 years, sales of these goods topped $900,000. As previously mentioned, TSOs usually switch positions every 30 minutes. What people don't know is that with these changes come changes in their duties as well, such as being an X-ray operator for a half hour and then switching to being a ticket checker the next.